Last December, I took over as president of the Jewish Congregation of Maui, and these past 6 months have been quite the adventure. Being Jewish isn't just a religion, it's a culture. JCM has varying levels of religious observance and cultural standards and practices, and we are committed to embracing and welcoming them all. That means that sometimes there may be a service that isn't exactly to your liking, but maybe the next one will be. When we commit to a welcoming and inclusive congregation, that means to everyone. JCM is not just about me and my family, or any one person, or any one level of observance. It's about ensuring that egalitarian, pluralistic, inclusive, and welcoming Judaism is available for everyone. Our board was given many high expectations for quick and immediate results. Our committees and volunteers have been busy creating new events to entice us to come to Shul. We became a board of yes. Want to lead a class? Yes. Want to bring in a guest lecturer? Yes. And beyond just saying yes, we work to make sure that we continue to assess each event to make improvements. When it proved harder than we thought to physically get people into the Shul, we created a Zoom account, and these classes are now streamed for us to enjoy from home. We saw the creation of the first non-religious event in Shayna's moon landing party. Jessica and Cynthia created a monthly family Shabbat for our next generation to learn our traditions and stories through Shabbat prayers. We've had 2 guest lecturers, parties and celebrations here at the Shul, as well as upcountry and Lahaina. Our Jewish community, our congregation, is finding its way to becoming the vibrant and joyful center of Jewish life on Maui that we have been working toward. Knowing that we were a board with limited time and limited resources, we had lots of enthusiasm and lots of ideas, and we knew that we simply could just not do everything that we wanted to right away. It was decided that something we could do right out of the gate was to update our website. Sherry took the lead on this task and quickly and brilliantly gave us a facelift, an inviting and informational website. With so much information on the web, we could reduce the size of our newsletter to make it easier to get through, and I admit that I am surprised at how many people message me based on what they've read in the newsletter. Good news, my Maj group is growing. Physically, our Shul looks different, lighter and airier. Sarah took the lead on sorting through and organizing our different rooms. This task is still underway and there is still more to sort, but already we are finding more places to congregate and more organized storage. I would also like to thank Carl for letting us use his storage unit to keep the items that are not needed often or year-round. We want to have more space for our congregation to pray and more space for our community to learn, study, talk, cook, play Maj, and just enjoy stopping by. There have been several days just in these past few weeks where both locals and tourists have come just to say hi, see what's going on, and sit and chat. We are becoming the place for Jewish community on Maui. Our building is more secure. I want to thank Bob and Marla Weiner for paying to upgrade our security system to include motion detectors on our doors and windows, clip cameras inside our doors, and continual feed cameras outside. We are now a smart system that can be monitored and controlled from our smartphones and computers. In today's world, where it seems religion is under attack, we take our security seriously. We must not live in fear, and we must take these precautions. I want to thank Janine and Avram for taking on the task of reviewing our many documents from the county and making an assessment on how to proceed with our parking and zoning problems. Based on their recommendation, the board approved the measure to pursue the rezoning of our Shul. This will be a lengthy process, and I appreciate their dedication to making sure that JCM is in good standing with the county and that we're ready for any and all building and parking developments in our future. An unanticipated change in March left us without an administrative assistant. With no one in the office, the board needed to take on the admin duties, and a committee was formed. I ended up coming in several times a week to answer emails, pay the bills, and just be present for people who wanted to stop by. I want to thank Judith for taking over the phones. This has been a tremendous help to me in our Shul, and I know she enjoys the camaraderie with both tourists and locals. Her help left me time during my days in the office to learn the Shul Cloud software program, write the newsletter, get us up to date on our bills, and learn more about how the office and synagogue are run. It's not a perfect system, but it has saved us money while we figured out how to proceed forward. And of course, the most challenging part of this year for JCM was the end of the contract of our rabbi. Change is often difficult, and when Rabbi Glickman announced at a holiday service that it would be his last one, we knew we had to start getting ready for a big transition. Rabbi Glickman built quite literally and grew this congregation. His dedication to all of us is appreciated beyond words I can express. My family personally has the fondest memories of his bar mitzvah trainings, baby namings, holidays, Sunday school, and he created and sustained our Shul so that we always had a safe place to learn, pray, and just be Jewish on Maui. I personally thank Rabbi Glickman for his many years of dedication, service, and love he gave to my family and I, our congregation, and to the Maui community. When Rabbi Glickman went on medical leave after the high holidays, Sam Schneider and other lay leaders stepped in to help lead services and life cycle events. As we got closer to the end of Rabbi Glickman's contract, we offered Sam Schneider a contracted position to lead us through the end of October. He has been leading weekly services, writing a weekly Words of Wisdom column for our website and newsletter, conducting life cycle events, leading classes, and I thank him for taking the role of our spiritual when our community needed him. The board also knew that during this time we needed to begin a rabbi search for a permanent rabbi. Sherry led the process for writing a thoughtful description incorporating the best of what Rabbi Glickman gave our Shul and added our vision for the future. There are copies of this description on our website and posted on several job boards throughout the country. We will always be grateful for Rabbi Glickman, and he will always live and be welcome in these walls. And we look forward to bringing a new leader into our congregation and our community. The process for finding our new leader will include Shabbaton weekends where our congregation and community will be able to meet, pray, and learn from each candidate. Your feedback will be needed, and we hope for lots of participation so that we make sure our next rabbi will be a rabbi of whom we can all be proud. We are also working on a meaningful high holidays. JCM will host a rabbi from Oregon to work alongside Sam to lead our services and hold classes, discussions, programs, Torah study, and fun events to welcome in the new year. It's promising to be an engaging and enlightening experience for everyone. There has been so much excitement and good, and yet we still have a long way to go. Our next board will carry a heavy financial load, and we will help them. All of us need to help. We saw increased membership right away as the special election was underway. Our community saw that changes were coming, and for those who were ready to embrace that change, membership came easy. We are currently at 99 memberships, and our goal is to have 120 by the high holidays. For those waiting to see what the future will hold, we understand and we need you. I know that it can be hard to trust that things will be okay. We would all love to know what the future holds before we join, renew, or donate. If anyone has a crystal ball I can borrow, I'll gladly accept. But we must not be a Shul divided. Everyone will not always agree, and that shouldn't be our expectation. Our expectation should be that we will live together as Jews on Maui, that we will accept and welcome each other, even when we disagree. We must always assume that everyone is doing their best with the very best of intentions. We, the Jewish congregation of Maui, must be here for each other to support, celebrate, and grieve with each other. We must each make the decision that no matter what, we will be here for each other and we will work to keep JCM. We are in a position today of crisis. If we don't get donations, both large and small, and recruit new members and sustain our current members, we will close. We are the only egalitarian and pluralistic shul on this island. We cannot close our doors. We need JCM, and it's up to all of us. We don't have time for fancy letters and fundraising campaigns. Now is just the time to step up. Now is the time to join. Now is the time to renew. Now is the time to dig as deep as you can and give what you can to keep our doors open. If you don't give now, it will be too late. It's not a pretty situation, and yet it's where we are. JCM is more than just a synagogue, a place to go during a holiday or to say a yortzeit. JCM is a place where we are all safe to be Jewish, a place where we come together as a Jewish community, as a Jewish people, a place where 2 months ago 140 Jews from all over the world gathered just outside our Shul doors to celebrate Pesach. A place where we show our commitment to being Jewish and to carrying on Judaism. JCM is a place for our children to learn and grow in a shul where boys and girls learn and pray together, where mothers and fathers can join together in watching the simcha of their son or daughter being called to the Torah. JCM is a place where we welcome Jews with open arms, no matter their level of observance, who they want to marry, or where they want to sit during a service. At a time when anti-Semitism is on the rise, as our children get one more generation away from the Holocaust, having JCM is more important than ever. Please join us in celebrating our great wins this past year, in successfully moving through our transitions, and please join us in keeping our shul alive. Thank you.